I can't believe this is happening again. Respawn, out of the blue, tweeted this out yesterday. At Respawn, bold ideas, creative risk, and passionate storytelling have always defined who we are. That spirit has carried us through incredible highs and sometimes through difficult changes too. As we sharpen our focus for the future, we've made the decision to step away from 2 early-stage incubation projects and make some targeted team adjustments across Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi. These decisions aren't easy, and we are deeply grateful to every teammate affected. Their creativity and contribution have helped build Respawn into what it is today. We're offering meaningful support to those impacted, including exploring new opportunities within EA. Looking ahead, our commitment to player-first experiences remains unchanged. Innovation has always been at the core of Respawn's identity, and it continues to drive how we build the future, from evolving live experiences to crafting new worlds and stories. And a bit more after that, but basically they decided to lay off what seems to be close to 100 people at Respawn, and supposedly, Respawn was working on a new unannounced Titanfall extraction shooter, which has now been cancelled. Crazy. I mean, just from the timing of this, is pretty clear that this is a reaction to Marathon. I think it's safe to assume that Titanfall is also having the same goal as Marathon, where they try to casualify the extraction shooter genre into a game that can, go mainstream and appeal to many different audiences. But seeing all the backlash on Marathon's alpha test this past week really just shows all the problems of the game and the genre itself. I never got the code for Marathon, and even if I did, I don't know if I'll be playing it for a considerable amount of time due to things like, like small player counts. The players are really good. There would be less time to play and learn about the game since the alpha is going to end soon. And there are other games that are much more fun to play at this moment, like Expedition 33 and Oblivion. But I have watched several videos and tweets on content creators' opinion on it, and I have watched Shroud play Marathon for a good while. So even if I haven't played the game myself, I think I'm quite knowledgeable enough in what people's opinions are on it. And the biggest thing, obviously, Marathon's price point, but also who Marathon is for. It's not casual enough for casual players to get into because of matchmaking problems, permadeath, forced teamwork and such. But it's also not hardcore enough because there's no proximity chat, there's easy reses, and the game just tells you everything that you need to know, so there's nothing to learn from grabbing items, for example, or whatever. And so the vibe I was getting is that Marathon is in like this weird limbo, where it's not casual enough for casual players, and not hardcore enough for hardcore players. And so, who's the game really for? You look at the Steam charts, and yes, it's an invite-only alpha, but once you have the code, no one is stopping you from not playing it anymore. And you see this crazy lack of player retention from a day-to-day basis. People found it boring and stopped playing. Going back to Respawn probably saw this, looked at the data, saw all the negative comments towards the game, looked at their game, probably saw a lot of similarities of the Titanfall extraction with Marathon, and just decided to jump ship early. Honestly, I don't even blame them. It's probably the right move to make, but it sucks for the devs that lost their job, and us players that have to wait even longer for any Titanfall news. I just find it weird that there's a Titanfall extraction, Marathon extraction, and an Arc Raider extraction all within pretty close to each other. The most popular extraction is Escape from Tarkov, no doubt. That game peaked in popularity in 2020, 5 years ago. You know what's also 5 years? The average development cycle for these AAA games is 5 years, and so you're chasing trends. 5 years is way too late, especially if your game isn't offering something new and revolutionary to the table. You shouldn't be chasing trends as a AAA studio. Scratch that. You know what? 5 years is just too long to make games. It's hard to know how far along Respawn was with their Titanfall extraction, but we can look at Marathon. I believe one of the devs said that they were in development for 4 years, but at launch, they'll only have like 3 maps, I think, and only 6 characters, and the 2 maps and 3 characters that we're seeing in the alpha was anything special. It's hard to believe that 3 or 4 years amount of work results into whatever was in that alpha. I hate to make the comparison, but we also see the same thing with Concord. I believe that game was also in development for maybe 5 years, and the launch content just felt bare, bland, and uninspiring. This is why in the past couple of years, we've been seeing a rise in indie and AA studios making great, amazing games. Schedule 1, Sea of Stars, Balatro, Power World, Hades 2, Expedition 33, and just smaller in-scope games in general. They're not chasing trends, they're making games with heart and passion. And if they are chasing a trend, well, at least they're still in the window of the trend. So yes, it sucks that these devs lost their job, especially when it's not even their fault, but something needs to change with these long development cycles, whether it's for new IPs, trend-chasing games, or even sequels. I mean, we're still waiting for that Spider-Verse movie, right? It's the same thing with Respawn's new Star Wars Jedi game, new Elder Scrolls, new Fable, new Mass Effect, or you get the idea. And when you invest so much time and money into these projects, well, they better sell really, really well because you invest so much into these. These AAA studios have gotten to a point where they're not really allowed to mess up anymore. They mess up once, and due to the amount of money and time spent into these, it can't just be good, but spectacular. And if it's not spectacular, then there's a chance that layoffs may happen. Marathon is probably not going to be successful when it launches, let's be real, but it's definitely not going to be down to Concord levels. But Marathon not doing well shouldn't mean that layoffs are going to happen immediately, but that's probably what's going to happen when you keep going all in on each of your long, expensive, bloated titles. I really hope these AAA studios really trim down their team sizes, budgets, and the scope of their game, and if they want to gather a bigger audience with a bigger budget, then just do a sequel like with Helldivers 2. But until there's a mindshift among these AAA studios, this won't be the last layoffs we'll see. Let me know what you guys think about this. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video, as my goal is to get to 500 subs. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I appreciate you guys for watching.